call the member for Newtown.
Thank you. People in the electorate of Newtown are extremely passionate about education, and particularly about public education, and want to ensure that their children's education aligns with their values. It has been joked in the Daily Telegraph that the electorate of Newtown is full of a godless lot, and it is actually factually correct that we have the highest proportion in the census of people that mark the box no religion. It is why it is so important in the electorate of Newtown that many parents that have children in our public schools and who choose to send their children to public schools and nominate to have their children participate in ethics classes rather than be taught Christianity via special religious education have that choice. Recently, a number of concerned parents in the electorate of Newtown have contacted my office about concerns of a deal between Fred Nile's Christian Democratic Party and the Baird government involving removing the primary school enrolment forms information for children to be able to opt out of SRE classes in order to attend ethics classes. One parent wrote, "I urge you in the strongest possible term to support the parents and children in your own electorate and act against this shocking deal. All parents have the rights to know about all options that are available for their children at school and special religious education, ethics classes and supervised activities. Without this information, parents cannot make an informed decision about where to send their children during this time." This parent really gets to the heart of this matter. Freedom of religion, freedom of expression, freedom of association all means that people are able to make an informed choice. What this potential deal does is actually remove that choice and the transparency from parents and children. The rules currently say that SRE may include any religion, but in practice in New South Wales this is not the case. In practice what we see is that this education system is privileging a certain Christian agenda to be able to put our children in place within our public education system. An example of this open-air access has been brought to light by the advocates and parents who have been involved in an excellent campaign called the Fairness in Religion in Schools website and campaign. In that, they give examples of the types of lesson plans that young children are exposed to. One of those lesson plans involves the young children being provided with coloured beads on their bracelet, and I have an example here of what happens, and the beads refer to various activities that the children are reminded to live their life by. The black bead, it says, is because we must remember that mankind disobeyed God, which is sin, darkness entered the world and things weren't perfect anymore. This is a lesson being taught in our public education system. The red bead teaches them that God fixes all problems. I would say in the electorate of Newtown, most times when we see coloured beads or rainbow flags, they mean something entirely different, which is about a celebration of diversity and acceptance and difference. But unfortunately, that's not what we're seeing in these lesson plans being delivered in our public education system. Last week in Victoria, we saw that there was a strong move and a positive move to actually remove religious education as part of the Victorian public school curriculum. There is a space to teach people about religion and religious beliefs in our community, but that place should not be within our curriculum system when it comes to actually proselytising a certain religious belief, as opposed to talking about the importance of understanding various religions and various views. In a world where we see that 1 woman a week is killed by domestic violence, where we see that 3 women have experienced sexual or physical violence by a partner, and where suicide is the leading cause of death among young LGBTI people in the ages between 10 to 24. There are many things that we should be taking in our lessons from what has shifted in Victoria to look at educating people about domestic violence, about healthy relationships in the space that was previously taken up by this SRE-style education. We in New South Wales should take inspiration from that to ensure that public education sees children and young people are taught about respectful relationships, about the intersections of history, culture, religion, faith and ethics. We need to recognise the damage that poorly conceived education can have on gender questioning young people, and the fact that we limit parents' choice to be able to access their right to how their children are taught within our public education system by hiding these deals and these kind of curriculums behind closed doors. As one teacher recently said at the National Safe Schools Symposium at Sydney University, we want our schools to reflect the world that we want to live in, and we want a world that accepts diversity among us.
Mr. Speaker.
I call the member for